You can create irregular shaped editable images in your templates by using VLayer functionality. This means end users can use stock images or replace stock photos with their own images in your template, even when they are locked behind vector graphics, as you can see on screen. To add this functionality to your designs, you need to create a mask or masks of the shape you want in InDesign. In this design, I've got two rectangular images which I want to place on a grey background and put rounded edges on. To do this, I need to create a simple grey rectangle in InDesign and then punch out two rounded rectangle shapes where the images will be. So we can start by drawing the grey rectangle, which will be our mask. I've adjusted the transparency temporarily just whilst I am working in InDesign so that we can see the two images that lie underneath. We then need to draw a separate rectangle that sits over the first image. I'm now going to add the rounded corners to this rectangle and position it as needed over the image below. As we are using the same shape for the other image, we can then just copy and paste this rounded rectangle shape to use over the second image and adjust it to match the image size. I'm going to add a third rectangle, which I will also punch out of the mask area to allow for a white area in the design to put contact details in the template. To punch out the shapes, I select all of the rectangle shapes I've created and then open the Pathfinder menu and click Subtract Paths. As you can see, this creates a mask shape with two areas to display images and one to place text details. This vector mask needs to be placed on its own layer, so I set it back to its original colour settings and then create a new layer. The layer should be labelled starting with V underscore to indicate a vector layer to our template software. So in this example, the layer is V underscore rev mask. The images the vector mask is covering should be below the V underscore layer in the layers palette. The example I'm using is only one V layer, but you can add as many V layers as you like as long as you only have one vector image per V layer. You can only use vector elements as V layers, so don't place other images or EPS files on a V layer, as this will create an error when you upload the template to the cloud. Once your V layer is in place, you can then add your editable text as normal above it. Using a V layer gives you a great deal of creative flexibility when building your designs. For example, the design on screen uses vector objects as V layers that overlay an image, making the image behind editable. You can also place editable text over the images, which can be very useful when putting a special offer on your design.